You are now listening to the Walk by Faith podcast. I'm your host, Jasmine Stith, aka The Pretty Plug. I'm on a mission to tell the lost story that combines faith in God and success here on this earth. The world often separates faith and entrepreneurship as if it was mutually exclusive. But I assure you it's not. I interview the following types of people: entrepreneurs, business women, and businessmen climbing the corporate ladder, founders of nonprofit organizations, college students following their passions, and also artists on the rise. They are movers and shakers in this generation, and I intend to plug you in week after week with content that inspires and educates you to be all that you are called to be. Thank you for tuning in, and now for this week's episode. Hello, y'all. It's Jasmine Stith, aka The Pretty Plug, and I'm back. I'm back in a way where I can say I have taken some time just to revamp, revitalize, rejuvenate, get my mind in the right place. I am back ready to continue producing more content. I just want to tell y'all where I've been. I think I stopped producing in July, and I took a couple of weeks off. I did not know what it would take to continuously produce podcasts. I didn't know what it was like to just continuously produce content. Let me say that. A lot of times we're like, oh, I'm going to start my own YouTube, or I'm going to start my Instagram, or I'm going to start all this stuff. And we never really take the time and say, well, what happens after you start this? What lifestyle changes do you have to make? How much planning do you have to complete before you actually finish what you're doing? Did you even plan out a season? Let me tell you guys, I didn't plan out nothing, nada. I just said, you know what? I got a lot of people I want to interview, and I'm about to go at it. And that's exactly what I did. Every day after work, I was interviewing people. I was reaching out to folks on Instagram. I was emailing, I was texting, and I was scheduling time, to get on their calendar. And I was coming home. I was sitting in my closet. I did a YouTube video. It was like how to create a podcast. And I was literally in my closet trying to my bad. I was in my closet just recording podcasts nonstop. Like, I would be sitting there. My old roommate, Tierra, will tell you, like, I come home, I wasn't even making sure I ate or had dinner. I was just in grind mode. I was like in it. A lot of people like, Jasmine, oh my gosh, like your face, it looked like you done lost some weight, or like you look like you ain't been eating. Yeah, I feel like I fasted. Like, I would have breakfast or lunch, but once I came home, I was grinding from 5 to 9, 10 o'clock every day. And I would take a break on the weekends or what have you. And then life really picked up in July because I moved from Jersey to Brooklyn. Shout out to people in Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. Like, I love where I live now. I would not go back to living where I was. But I wanted to tell y'all, let you know where I've been. I'm sorry I didn't give y'all a warning. I'm sorry I didn't say, hey, like, I'm out. I need some time. I just took a moment. I took a minute. I took a second. I took a month, a little under a month. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the people that I had waiting in the queue, the people that was patient with me. Anybody that I've interviewed for season 2, people have been so genuine and so nice to say, hey, like, you're okay. Let me know when it's up. I'm proud of you. Keep going. Like, I want to say thank y'all for being patient with me, because it has not been easy by no means. So I want to tell y'all what happens on any given Wednesday. So for anybody out there that would like to start podcasting, I will share what I do. And then you can feel free to email me, reach out, DM. I love Instagram messages. It's super fast. I don't do Facebook Messenger. If you do reach out to me on there, I'll see if I can get back to you. But the biggest thing that I do every Wednesday, I create an Instagram post with a caption. Captions are so important to gauge your audience, and you need to find out a time that your audience is ready to listen. For me, my audience is ready after 5 p.m. and they're also ready early in the morning. They're scrolling early in the morning or in the afternoons. I also like to schedule my podcast to drop at 5 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. so that when people are on their way to work or they're commuting, they can just listen to my podcast. They know it's about to come. And having a consistent day, like me, I chose Walk by Faith Wednesdays. It has really helped me. Like, I now have 100 people that listen every episode. First off, shout out to y'all. Thank you all for like continuously listening to my little country voice or my sound when it wasn't perfect. And you're going to see a transition to my sound coming up, sounding a lot better. I'm still working on that and working through that. But I just got to say thank you for, riding it out, because your girl's sound was not good. Okay. So I was doing Instagram posts. I did a Facebook post. I was trying to do my Twitter post, but Twitter and me, we have just not been getting along. Also, I would love to have a website where I upload my content weekly so that people can go there, check out all my information. And my Instagram story, y'all, I feel like people love my Instagram story. Like I be cracking people up. I love to make people laugh. Just sharing like the entrepreneur, sharing the vision that I see in my head. And let's just say a mini commercial. What would a commercial look like? That's how I like to do my Instagram. Like I'll talk about the person and then I'll drop a picture, or I'll drop some of their products, or I'll drop the content that they produce. And then I'll hit you with it and I'll say, and this is the person for this week on the Walk by Faith show. I really be giving it to y'all. And then I love just posting on my social media page, just showing and supporting them even after I've done their podcast. Like, for example, I was in Palm Bluff, Arkansas last week, and I really, really, really enjoy going to the hair store and supporting my girl Joy. And it just made my whole little day. Like I went in there, I was just on my Instagram story. I was like, hey, y'all need to support her. You need to come up in there and buy some Just Joy hair oil. And tell me why the store wound up buying her products in bulk. And she had a problem in the past where they wanted discounts, but they didn't want to buy in bulk. They just wanted to buy like, I guess maybe 20 or whatever if they didn't want to buy a bulk purchase. But after I went in there and I, highlighted her and I said I wasn't even from here, but I had to come get it. That store ordered a bulk of her product. And girl, I just got to shout out to you, LaRonda, girl. You doing the thing. And I'm using this Just Your Hair oil and my hair is already growing and flourishing. And I can feel it. I can feel my scalp tingling. Okay. I got my edges back. So what does it take to produce a podcast? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's so important that I tell you all how I have been producing my podcast. The way I've been doing it is, one, you have to book the interviewer or find them. For me, it has not been a challenge to find entrepreneurs. I live in Brooklyn. There are tons of Black entrepreneurs here, or minority entrepreneurs. I've also had the privilege of just, being very social and outgoing, and that may not be the case for most people, but for me, I have no problem DMing somebody that I have no idea and I don't know, and saying, would you like to be on my show? You can either say yes or you can say no. A lot of times I get yeses. There have been some no's. It doesn't matter to me. It is all for my audience, because I want to inform you all. I want to give you content and information that helps you be successful. So the riskier I go, the more it benefits you all. Also, I do a pre-interview where I talk to the person for 30 minutes to gather some insight, to understand who they are if I haven't met them before, to get some great questions going. And I also do a 1-hour podcast interview where I actually, I used to sit in my closet, but now I use the Anchor platform or the Anchor app for everything. And I'll just send them a link and we can literally do our conversation just like we would a Skype call. And I really want to do 100% mobile. I don't want to be dependent on my laptop. Don't want to be dependent on like super expensive equipment. I really want to be able to give you all stuff on the go, fast, quick, and easy. I also select music, a title for the podcast. I edit in GarageBand. Unfortunately, it's not as easy to edit in Anchor, so I still edit in GarageBand, which comes on my Mac. I publish it on Anchor, and Anchor publishes it to 10 other places. Y'all, Anchor has been the entire plug. I love Anchor. Shout out to Terry. He definitely like put me on and told me about Anchor. Like, I'm so thankful that he told me about it, because without this app, it would have probably taken me 10 times longer to like find out how to use RSS feeds, how to make sure I get on Apple Music, Google Play, and then all the other apps that people use. It was just like seamless. It is literally seamless. And you can hear my podcast on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Castbox, Google Play Music, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. That is just 10. Now, had I did it on my own, I'd have to go to all of these individual applications, upload individually every time. I don't work hard. I work smart. And I know Anchor is doing its job for the creators. And along with that, they are literally making it so easy for you to get money if you want to. If you guys would like to support me, you can either pay 99 cents, $4.99, or $10 every month to support me. And that breaks out to really cheap, right? If you do a 99-cent podcast donation, you give me $12 for the year. If you do 5, you give me 60. And if you do 10, you give me 120 for the year. So it's just like, it's based on you if you think my content is worth it. You know, if not, I'm producing it for free. It doesn't matter to me. But if you would love to donate, hey, your girl is ready and willing, because it's going to go to the bigger vision that I will be unleashing very soon. Y'all, I've been working. Yes, I have taken a break, but I have not stopped working. I have continued to pursue and develop and get better at what I'm doing. But Anchor is the move. I am an advocate for Anchor for all new and upcoming podcasters. It's easy and it's it literally does exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay? I publish on social media. I edit on Canva, which is a photo. So I had someone basically create my Canva layout, and I just insert someone's face right in there. I put the title and what we will talk about on the episode on my Canva. And then I also create a Waave photo. Waave basically puts words and sounds on top of my Canva image. So it brings it to life. If it wasn't for that, you would just see a still image, and that's kind of cool. But you know, with social media, people's attention spans is like not really good, and you need to give people great things in like 1 minute or less, unless it's really engaging like a movie. So overall, I create Waave. So let me start over. My 9 steps are: 1, book your interviewer, find them. 2, have a 30-minute pre-interview. 3, do a 1-hour podcast interview. 4, select your music and title. 5, edit in GarageBand. 6, publish on Anchor. 7, publish on social media. 8, edit your photo in Canva. Golly, my whole tongue is tied. 9, create a Waave photo with words and music and highlights. And then boom, you're there. I want to talk about what are my plans for 2019. You know, I'm always coming with something. And one of my big goals, and I'm just putting it out into the atmosphere, I want to have a conference in Houston and Pine Bluff where we literally tie in what is technology. A lot of people just don't know the power that it has and the abilities that it takes to make money. I want to be able to give the older generation and also the new generation the tips they need to be successful. I want to definitely do some more speaking engagements in 2019, and I think I have one for 2018. I'm not going to spill the beans unless I confirm it, but just want to be able to speak, and I'm really good at speaking in front of people, and that's something I really, really want to be able to do. I want to get sponsorships and be able to advertise on this podcast, Also, monetization. I want to sell Walk by Faith gear. And I want to open up a section on a website where we talk about writing by faith. And my line sister Imani has already talked about that before and expressed. And I just want people to be able to share their testimonies on what faith means to them. It's so important. It's not about me. Nothing that I'm doing is just for me, about me wanting myself to shine. I really want to give all the glory and honor to God. And I want to be able to find people that are lost. Find people that don't believe that you can have businesses with just a lot of people think you can have a business and it just takes you, yourself, nobody else. It takes community. It takes you having faith in God. It takes you being grounded in something. Because just like when I went away for a month, it wasn't that I went away, I was depressed in my feelings, all this stuff. I literally just needed to get back to my roots. I can't talk about walking by faith unless I have my visions aligned. I sit down with God. I talk to him. I get my thoughts in order. So that is something that I really, really, I think is important. And let's just say if I didn't have God, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't know what I would lean on or where my strength would come from, because I probably would be somewhere just thinking, hey, it's all about me and nobody else. And that's just not the way to go. That's not the way I was raised. This is not who I am. And so, you guys, I just wanted to give y'all an update. This wraps season 1. Shout out to everybody that was on season 1. Thank y'all for giving me the chance and the opportunity to interview you all. It was my first time, but season 2, I'm bringing the heat. I am bringing you guys some great content, some great interviewers, some great people on the show. And I want to also improve myself as far as interviewing people better and bringing a shorter podcast with lots of content. That's my challenge to myself. And on that note, I just got to thank you and keep tuning in to the Walk by Faith show, where I'm your host, Jasmine Stith, aka The Pretty Plug. It's been real. Peace out. If you want more content like this, make sure you give the Walk by Faith podcast a 5-star rating and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. You can follow me on Instagram at __ The Pretty Plug, and follow all updates on the podcast at WBF Podcasts. To those already supporting the show with a monthly subscription, thank you. If you're not already a supporter and you'd like to help make this show possible, tap the link in this episode's description or visit anchor.fm/Jasmine-A-Stith to become a monthly supporter. That's all, folks. Tune in next week for another episode on the Walk by Faith show.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.